We're on, we're live. Greetings, 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 Queen Dawn Spirit and Queen Elizabeth. You guys are in for a treat today. Thank you for joining this video, this live, which will also be a recording. And I am so honored and blessed to have phenomenal Queen Elizabeth. She is a high priestess. She's a medium. She's a Reiki practitioner. She is a culinary queen and many other hats that she wears. So you guys are in for an amazing treat. You've seen Queen Elizabeth many times on my channel. So this is going to be a special live for 2023. Actually, my first YouTube live for 2023. So thank you, Queen.
Here we go. Thank you.
Can you mind putting your email or your contact information in your screen so that people know how to contact you?
Let's see.
And I'll do the same. Give a few people a chance to join in. You can schedule a session with Queen Elizabeth. She'll help you from your rooter to your tutor. She'll help you mentally, spiritually, physically, and she'll help you eat a healthier diet too. Or we shouldn't call it diet, as we say, a healthier, cleaner way of eating.
Intentional eating.
And intentional eating, okay. So one moment, please, as I send out my link to everyone. See who hasn't joined. So Elizabeth, do you want me to send you the link, or do you want to
If you can send me the link, that way I can also share with folks on my end.
Perfect. All right.
That way we can send it out and get ready to start.
Yeah, we'll give a few minutes for a few people to join on. I had set it up earlier, but YouTube is doing something really strange. So I had scheduled a session earlier today, but it didn't pop up for some apparent reason. But that's okay. There's more than one way.
Yes.
To get two birds with one stone. So let me share on our Facebook. Get some people, wait for some people to join. And ask people to tap in and ask some questions.
Please ask questions. Be curious.
Yes, be curious. Tap into that energy. Okay, for 2023. So how's your new year been so far, Queen?
It's been interesting.
It's been interesting.
Yes, it's been interesting, but all in good energy. All in good energy.
I've been mad busy too, myself.
It's been very busy, as well as a lot of awarenesses and a lot of like within like light. Definitely taking a step back from the outside and the external, and a lot of like inner realities, work, things coming to the light that need tending and care for before we continue to move along this year. Okay.
Yeah, this year is going to be absolutely amazing. This is the rabbit year, so I'm super duper excited about it. This is my year. So I'm excited. This is a number 7 personal year. So I have so many things that I'm going to embark upon, and I'm just ready to make it do what it do.
Can you share a little bit more of that, of it being like the year of the number 7 and the rabbit year?
Yeah, so the number 7, I'm a rabbit. So as you know, the Chinese zodiac has, just like we have zodiacs, they have a zodiac. They have the pig, the ox, the rabbit, the snake. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But what I learned about this year, with this rabbit year, that there's several different types of rabbits. So there's a wood rabbit, there's a fire rabbit, there's an earth rabbit, a metal rabbit, and a water rabbit.
The elemental rabbits.
Yes, yes. And so the different elements actually has personalities for each element. I'm the water rabbit. Okay.
Okay.
So you have the wood rabbit is born, because I'm always taking notes. So the wood rabbit is born 1915 or 1975. And then you have the fire rabbit, which is 1927 and 1987. The people were born during those times of the year. And then the people born 1939 and 1999 is the earth rabbit. And then the metal rabbit is 1951 and 2011 is the metal rabbit. And then the water rabbit, which I have a grandchild that's going to be born this year, for 2023 and 1963. So those are the different elements. And this is the time for where if you don't get it right, you're not going to get it right this year if you're a rabbit. Like, this is the time for you to shine. This is the time to really tap in and connect with your inner self and stop making excuses. No more procrastination. This is your time to shine. So I'm super, super excited about this year. So do you know anything much about the Chinese zodiac?
Nope. That's why I was asking if you can elaborate a little bit more.
I just learned about it recently. And then when I heard I've heard about it over the years, but never really went into it too deep.
Okay.
So, but now that I found out about it, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do, because I'm always looking for new ways to manifest, you know?
Yes, and there's so much understanding in different practices and things like that. So when we learn, there's so many different things that we can tap into.
Right.
You know, depending on the energies that walk with us. So that's perfect. Yeah.
Right. So, I need to share this on my Facebook business page too. So let's talk about what you have. You said you had some insight, a lot of things that you wanted to share.
I did. There's quite a bit of things that were coming up for me to share during this live. And some of those was individuality,
okay,
personal accountability, independency. However, when I talk about independence, and I'll repeat this throughout our call together, when I talk about independency, meaning learning how to work, understand, and live with what walks with you, so that you don't have to depend on anyone else. However, that does not mean that if a situation arises or you're in a place where you need help, that you cannot seek help. Because that's a difference. Just because we are independent doesn't mean that we may not need help every once in a while.
Right.
So that was coming through, and also the need to shift energies, to learn how to shift the energies from transitioning. It could be moon cycles, it can be seasonal changes, whatever the changes that arise, but learning how to safely transition energies so that we're not dragging things with us that are no longer serving us.
Right. We have a tendency to live in the past and fear.
Yes. So those are some of the things that were coming up for me to share tonight, as well as I did shuffle the cards, because I use the cards as a tool for me to get the energy flowing and moving, and being able to put into balance the inward and outward energy, what other people refer to as masculine, feminine energy. So balancing that out, as well as having the courage to look within, to look to
Okay.
those parts of ourselves that we often put to the side or don't want to see or acknowledge or recognize, and having the courage to take action
Right.
in whatever ways needed and intended.
Okay.
So a lot of like personal work, and also from the spiritual perspective, a lot of work in learning, understanding what walks with you, because that's one of the most important things and skills that you can have for yourself.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So let's see if anyone has come on live yet. If they have any questions, in the meantime, we're going to still continue. We got 5 people live. Everyone, please share this video. Sharing is caring, whether it resonates with you or not. Share it with someone. Like this video, subscribe, because you guys are in for an amazing treat for 2023. You haven't seen nothing yet. We're going to teach you with spirit. Guides us to teach you guys and get you on the proper path to be the best that you could possibly be for you, okay, and your family and any surrounding situations that you're currently experiencing. I'm so happy to see that Mercury in retrograde is finally ended on the 18th. That Mercury and the Mars was off the Richter scale. And Pluto still is in retrograde, but I can deal with Pluto, but the Mars and Mercury. Mars went stationed on the 12th, and it's already should start beginning to move forward, which rules the masculine energy. And then Mercury, I'm not that swift into planetary alignments, but I know a little bit. But the Mercury in retrograde finally ended on the 18th, so it's stationed, but now we got to wait a few days before it begins to move forward. And I believe Becca said that it begins to move forward in like a week and a half or so.
Yeah, it tends to be that, I call it that shadow space, but I don't know if that's the right term for it. Yeah.
No, it's right. The shadow space. That's what I heard. Guys, please, this is your chance to ask all the questions you may have. This is a Q&A as well, as Elizabeth shares with you with spirit guides. Oh, and she also honors her ancestors. I forgot to embark upon that. She honors her ancestors as well as I do too. So if anyone has a question, ask it now. This is your time to shine, to ask your questions with the phenomenal queen. We got 6 people on right now.
Yeah.
We're going to be joining. So why don't we just do a general reading? What do you see what's coming on for 2023, queen?
So, yeah, like I said, I think that there is a deep calling for individuality. And that for me says, who are you? And that feels like the forever question. Like it feels like there's so much like, who am I? Who am I? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? What am I X, Y, and Z? And even though you may not have that answer clear, and if you do, kudos to you, keep embracing it and keep being the best version of yourself. When we are questioning who we are as individuals, we won't find out until we try it. So that's where courage comes through. Having the courage to try new things, to step into new places, having the courage to learn things, to unlearn things. Because there's a lot of us, and I included myself in that we have been programmed to live our lives in such a certain way that sometimes we ourselves are blocking ourselves from becoming who we are meant to be, who we want to be, who we feel that we, like that we should be, right? So having the courage to take the steps to learning, to look within, to go down into those spaces, to discover those scrolls that are in us, the stories that we have about ourselves, right? And to be able to work with it and navigate through it. It takes courage. It takes courage, because a lot of times when we see that, if we are not aware of it, it's scary.
Fear. They feed us fear.
Who am I? I don't know who I am. So I'm going to try 10,000 different, and it doesn't matter. The thing is that you do what feels good to you. So that's one thing when it comes to individuality, being able to have an understanding of who you are. And that's as a person, like when it comes to spirituality, to spirits, to angels, to whatever it is that you relate to, learning how to work with what walks with you, whether you call them guardian angels, whether you call them guides, whether you call them spirits, allies, whatever the case may be, being able to learn how to work with them, allowing them to teach you how to get there.
Okay.
And being open to it. And yes, there are so many resources out there, whether it's learning how to do tarot, whether it's learning how to do the teacup, whether it's scribing, whatever it is, journaling, but allowing it to work with you, to teach you how, whether it's your dreams, it's a vision, it's a smell, it's a taste, however it is, being able to learn how to connect with your spirits and allow that relationship to be established, to grow, and to come to fruition between the two of you.
Okay.
And that's how we step into the independency. Because we become independent. And again, I will continue to repeat, it does not mean that we are by ourselves. It does not mean that every once in a blue moon we may need help. And we may need to seek somebody for help. But what it means is, and I say this from a place of how I work with people, if someone comes to me for help, for spiritual help, and you can be a witness, like you can attest to this, I tell the person exactly what it is that I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and I allow them to consent to the process. Because their spirits need to be okay with that. And when you start learning these things, if in the future you find yourself in a similar situation, you can remember and you can know to do X, Y, and Z, and allowing yourself to be guided on your spirits guiding you through that process. Because what we did at one point may have worked, and at this situation, it may not. Your spirits may want something different. But it's not about me as a helper. It's about the person and their spirits. What is it that they're asking? So that's why I always encourage people, please, please, please establish that connection, allow that connection to grow, allow that connection to remain open, to remain solid. Find a practice, do your practice. It doesn't have to look X, Y, and Z. It has to feel right for you. It has to work right for you. Not every spirit works the same.
True.
So that's why I always encourage people, you have it in you. Allow yourself to learn how to work with that walks with you.
Okay. So, I was going to say something and it totally slipped my mind. It was really important. I know that, so people are doing New Year's resolutions. Yes. So some people say they start their resolutions in January. Some people didn't start their New Year's resolutions until now. Some people are not going to start their New Year's resolution until March, which is the first day of spring, which is March the 21st. What does Spirit tell you? When should they start a New Year's resolution, like decluttering, a new way of eating, an intentional way of eating, they're setting their goals? What do you suggest?
That's where individuality comes, because it all depends on how you work with the energies.
Right.
If you're a person who follows the astrological year, then starting in the springtime when Aries season starts makes sense for you, because that is what your spirits are guiding you to do. Right. If you follow the lunar year, then now is the time to start. However, I am a firm believer, any day can be your January 1st.
Right. Right.
Any day. It's a matter of setting the intention.
Right.
So
Right.
again, if you follow the astrological year, by all means, this is the time where it feels like things need to shift. Things are coming up that need to be let go of, that need to be released, because Aries is like, it's time for business. You know, it's time to take action. It's time to start planting those seeds. Like the energy astrologically is there.
Right.
So
Right.
it really, really depends on the things that walk with you and how you work with them. However, I also say, if you see it, if you have that idea flickered in your head about your house needing to be decluttered, that diet change, whatever the case may be, that's there because it's possible, because it's within your energy field. So what you need to do as an individual is choose to water that seed. It's already there. Right.
Right. Yeah. Like for me, I usually don't start an intention unless it's Thursday, because Thursday is my go-to day. Thursday is Jupiter Day. So Thursday is the most powerful day of the week. So I like to do, like I said, on Thursdays and Fridays for love intentions. I still did, even though they say I was planning on really going hard in March for the spring, but for years and years upon years, I've always started things on New Year's Day. So it's kind of hard to move away from that. So New Year's Eve, I'm preparing for the new year, even though they say officially does not start until March the 21st, because nothing grows in the winter.
Yeah.
Right. So the spring is where things blossom and grow. So I'm still going to go extra hard in March. So some projects I've already started, some I'm going to navigate myself each month when I see I should start, because I have so many projects. And you guys should do this too. So like I did New Year's Day, I did a list of 10 things I wanted to accomplish, right? And I put it away in my vision box. And guys, when you make a list or you do a vision board or vision box, that's for your eyes only.
Yes.
That's when you have an altar, that's for your eyes only, not for everyone else. Okay, because even your closest loved ones, no matter how much they love you, they still, that fear can put a roadblock or be an obstacle or distraction from what you want to manifest. That's why I don't tell people a lot of things I'm doing until it's already done.
Yes.
Okay, when I used to sell new homes, I used to tell my clients, do not tell anybody you wrote a contract to build a house with me. Do not tell anyone anything till you have the keys in your hand that you went to settlement. Because I've had exes come visit me in my model home because people are running their mouth, exes of the person that was building the home, family members, just being nosy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to learn how to release fear, because that's the number one thing we were taught from birth is the fear, 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 fear. I don't watch the news. I don't watch certain programs. If it doesn't feed my soul, I don't watch it, because it's a distraction, because I'm a very visual person and I'm a manifester. We all are manifestors, to be honest with you, because we manifest things that we don't want to manifest too. So who is this? Somebody say this. Was it Cosmic Star? Oh, Cosmic Star. Start planting seeds. That's right, beloved. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so that's what I do. That's what works for me. You know, like in the mornings when I get up, I do chant, I play music. The first thing I listen to is something spiritual or my own voice recording. I do some scripting in the morning. As soon as I wake up, after I go to the restroom, go to the bathroom, I wash my face, brush my teeth, go straight back to the bedroom, look at something that makes me happy. You know, I have this beautiful pond behind it, whether it's raining or whatever's going on, or the sun is shining, it's connecting for me. So look at something that balances you, that makes you happy. Don't go on social media, because AI is live, AI is real. And even though AI is live and real, make it work for you. Look for a silver lining in every cloud. That should be your mission, to look, no matter how bad a situation is, because there's someone always that wants to switch places with you, would love to have your life. Okay. Recently I did a TikTok video, a money video. You heard of EFT tapping.
Yes.
So I did a money EFT tapping video, and I posted it on a few social media sites. But then there's one site that I posted the video on, because people don't know. And instead of you saying things that you don't know about, ask someone or do your research before you ask a question. But we're open to ask any question, because it's never a dumb question to me. But this person said to me, what is this? Is this some form of witchcraft or voodoo? And I was like, you know what? Normally the younger me or the lower vibrational person would have like, what are you talking about? But I realized who I was talking to, who was communicating with me, and I had to stop. And I say, this person is ignorant to what I have posted, and I'm not going to judge them because they don't know. Because if they knew what I know and what's true, they would never have asked that question. So I didn't take it personal, but the normal me would have taken it personal, the old me. So that's why I say, do your research, ask questions before you jump out there or you decide, because the energy I got from that reading, this person was actually trying to attack me to a certain point, but it wasn't me, it was him. You know, so I said, you know what? I'm just going to delete the post. So I deleted the post on that social media only.
Okay.
And kept in mind, but I got positive results from the other social medias that I posted the video on, because it was, I love helping and teaching people. And that's what Elizabeth and I love doing, and we're both the same sign, we're both Leos. We're nurturers. We love guiding people and helping them and to be the best that they possibly can be.
Yes, because everybody has it in them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody has it in them. And whether it's life circumstances, experiences, whatever the case may be, you know, sometimes that gets put aside, or it gets hidden behind a door, or it gets pushed down under this persona that needs to be created in order to survive.
Right.
But that's in you. That hasn't gone anywhere.
Right.
It's a matter of reconnecting to it, of rediscovering what it is to be you, to what lives in you. And sometimes it feels scary. And sometimes it feels really uncomfortable. And I can't tell you enough that, and again, I always include myself in everything that I share, because what I share is personal experience from everything. And sometimes we need to learn, well, not that we need, sometimes we need to learn that feelings are feelings, and that they're, you know, like they're at the moment. Right. They don't last forever. So yes, it may feel uncomfortable. Yes, it may be scary to see, oh, that. And it's okay. And that is okay. Right. And I just going a little bit back to where you were sharing of like not speaking to others about visions. I invite people, and not that this applies to everybody, but I invite you to reflect and review, what is your need to tell people? Is it acceptance? Is it approval? And then that tells you something about yourself, because whose approval do you need? The only approval that matters is your own, of what truly is feeding and giving your soul what it's asking. So I wanted to ask those questions and put them out there so that there is awareness of our behaviors within these things. Right. Good point. Cosmic Star said that they watched it and did the entire tapping along with the chakra alignment and videos for 3 days straight. That's amazing. That's amazing, because at this point, everything is a momentum, especially in this personal year. It's like you're cooking a meal, like you're preparing a meal. The more heat you get, the more well done it gets.
right? So it's a momentum. So keep doing it. Even if you don't see anything happen the first day or the second day or the third day, keep doing it, and then visually and eventually you'll start seeing things unfold. I learned about EFT tapping at my church, at a church that I attend. It's called the Institute of Spiritual Development. It's right in DC. I haven't been in quite some time, but I first learned about emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping, in I believe like 2000. It was like over 20 years ago, and I learned it from my best friend who's transitioned, Reverend Melody. She is the one who told me to come to the class. So the church would have classes in the evenings, and I learned about EFT tapping. I learned about Ho'oponopono. I got my first angel card reading deck from this church in their gift shop. So what I loved about the church was the church of mediums and healers and light seekers, and in the conscious, it was a conscious church basically that I had been going to for way, like maybe over 30 years, on and off. And emotional freedom technique actually helped me attract my husband, because I needed to do the healing. And people will say, well, why I keep picking the same person? Just, different person, but different avatar, the same energy. I'm keep picking the same person over and over again, experiencing the same thing over and over again, because you need to do the healing so you can attract what resonates with you, and so you can eliminate what no longer resonates with you. So I did the EFT tapping, and I think I was doing it for like about a couple of weeks. And that's when my husband, at the time was became my boyfriend, he started inboxing me on Facebook. Okay. And that's when and he was totally different, unlike anybody I ever dated. It was crazy about it. At first, I didn't even like him at first, because I thought that his mouth was just too much for me. He was timing up for me, and he was an Aries. He's an Aries. So yep. I had to do the healing work. And the same thing with money. The same thing when you want to get a car. The same thing when you want to get a new home, or any intention that you want to attract in your life. You have to be willing to do the healing work. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You got to think outside the box.
Yes.
So that's why I take out time, and I love teaching people how to tap in and be the best that they could possibly be, because that's what it's all about. This is our classroom. It's all about being happy and living our best life. It is your job to create a heavenly experience every day. That should be your mission. Every day you wake up, when you put your feet on the ground, you should hit that joint running.
Yes.
And looking forward to what gifts the world is going to present to you, because this is the mother freaking present.
Yes.
That's what this world is about. That's what it's about. It's not about being sad. It's not about being scared. It's not about doing vindictive things to people. It's not about stealing or hurting people. It's about loving yourself first.
Learning how to.
And sharing love and loving every experience that you're going through. That's the test. But this is an amnesia world, and we forget it when we are born. So it's our job to figure it out and make it do what it do.
Yes.
I get carried away, Queen.
Yep. No, you go for it. You go for it, because that is exactly what's happening. It is time for us to step into the best version of ourselves, whatever that may be.
Right. We
are already there. Like there's no, I am going to. No, like we are already there. These beliefs that have been created.
Right.
Of like not being enough, or not being worthy, or not being deserving, or any of that. Those are beliefs. So we need to change those. And by all means, I'm not like the almighty, like, listen, that's a belief, let it go, we're in it. No.
Right.
They come up more often than not.
Right.
And the one thing that we can do at that time, when we have that awareness of like, oh, this is what I'm believing at this moment, is make a choice.
Right.
Make that a choice. Am I going to choose to continue believing that I'm not worthy of this attention or this
Right.
choice or whatever?
Mhm.
Or am I going to choose to send that text message because F that, I am
Mhm.
all of it.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
making a choice when we become aware.
Right. Right.
Having the courage
Mhm.
to make the choice,
Right. And
to
not get
move
offended.
forward,
And not always looking to be offended.
not get offended, not be
Mhm.
afraid of the outcome,
Mhm.
not try to figure out the hows,
Mhm.
because when our mindset and our souls are in it,
Right.
anything comes possible.
Right.
Everything is
Right.
possible.
Right.
Everything is achievable.
But you do know, I mean, we've always been taught to think that we're always less than
Yes.
and we're not worthy. And if you don't fit in this clique or that clique, then you're not worthy.
And that
Be in your own
circumstances
clique.
don't matter.
Yeah,
Circumstances don't matter. Outside doesn't matter.
right.
Half of everything that we believe in, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
None of it matters.
No.
None of it matters. And I may sound like a crazy one. However, think about it that way. When you're making choices, when you're facing these things,
Mhm.
actually think, how much do the circumstances actually matter? Do
Right.
they really matter at the end of the day? No.
Right. Right. Right.
Go
That
for
part.
it. Go for
Mhm.
it. You like something, you go for it. You want
Mhm.
something, go for it. Is it normal?
Right.
Who cares?
Right. Right.
We're not here again, and I'm always gonna say this. We were not born into this world to fit in a box.
No. No. But they want to put us in one.
We are our
Mhm.
own mold.
Mhm.
Like we are our own unique
Mhm.
individual
Mhm.
snowflake. Like
Mhm.
we are us. We're not here
Mhm.
to fit X, Y, and Z.
No. And
And
love
anything.
yourself.
That's it.
Love
That's
who you
it.
are. Love every
Like
scar.
that person, this person,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter whether they approve. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter whether they understand it. Do
Mhm.
you feel it? Do you want it? Do you
Mhm.
need it? Get it.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to look like anything else out there.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Just go for it. Go
I
for
want to
it.
say something real quick. Hold on a second. Somebody, Jacqueline, that's my girl. She said, I love all your help in your videos and I use them all. Thank you, Queen. I love you so much. And Cosmic Star said, included in the EFT tapping with your chakra alignment also. Guys, also please feel free to ask Elizabeth or me any questions you may have.
Yes.
This is your time to ask. Don't be fearful. Ask anything you want. We're open. We're an open book.
Yes.
If we don't want to
ask
answer,
away.
we won't answer. But for the most part, we'll answer.
No,
But-
ask away. And I wanted to also like follow up on what you were saying.
Mhm.
EFT, there's Reiki, there's
Mhm.
angel, there's this, there is that. For me, when I started on my healing journey, I went to a personal growth and development workshop.
Okay.
And that's how I started. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm going to go see what this is.
Right.
And when I was falling into the realizations of the
Mhm.
things and the way that I would live my life,
Right.
that wasn't comfortable.
Mhm.
It wasn't
Mhm.
comfortable. But guess what? I'm not there anymore.
Okay. You don't live there no more.
Nope, because I'm choosing
Mhm.
for me.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Mm-mm.
choosing for what brings me fire, for what
Okay.
ignites me, for what
Mhm.
brings me passion.
What resonates with you?
So
Yes. Mhm.
whatever the method is, readings,
Mhm.
Reiki,
Mhm.
EFT, I
Mhm.
don't know, science experiments, workshop, a cooking class, a retreat
Ho'oponopono.
somewhere,
Yeah,
anything.
creativity. Mhm.
Try it. Try if
Mhm.
there is anything that you're gonna invest in, let it be yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Don't allow, and I don't often go into don't do X, Y, and Z,
Mhm.
but this is the one thing, because we all tend to fall into this at times.
Mhm.
Don't allow yourself to get distracted
Mhm.
when it comes to investing your money.
Mhm.
If you are in a place where an opportunity comes
Mhm.
and you're thinking about, you're really called to it, but you're thinking about
Mhm.
because of money, excuse me,
Mhm.
let's make that happen. Because there's no better investment than investing in yourself. Whatever technique, whatever belief, whatever based, faith-based thing it is, try it. It doesn't look the same for everybody.
Ashe. I remember when I first got my first Reiki session, it was here in Maryland, and I heard about Reiki at my church, and I was hooked when that person did Reiki on my foot because I had injured my foot. I mentioned that before. And I had met, and it's funny because spirit will put you in path along your journey to connect with certain people to give you a reminder where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay, because it was relation to your past life, because I'm a past life regression therapist. And I connected with that person. Like first it was a church, then I had a Reiki session done. Then I connected with Elizabeth, because she said that she was thinking about becoming a Reiki practitioner. She hadn't done it yet. And then I met a young lady through Lyft when I used to work for Lyft. I used to be a recruiter and mentor for them. I had connected with a young lady that had Reiki 1 certification too. So I was like, I keep hearing about this Reiki thing. I was raised to do spirituality, but that's the wonderful thing about spirituality. There's no ceiling to it. But when I learned how I can heal myself and heal others and really manifest with Reiki, see, being a Reiki practitioner, you can manifest out of this world. I love everything about Reiki. And I encourage people, I don't think everyone should be a Reiki practitioner, but for those that, if spirit talks to me, I'll say to that person, you need to become a Reiki practitioner. If you don't get me to become your teacher, you need to tap in it with someone, because that's your path. When I remember when I became a Reiki practitioner and I got hooked. So I took Reiki 1, then I took Reiki 2, and I was like, I can't wait to take the master level so I could be a teacher, because I want to teach the world how to manifest. And I never forget, I had something I needed to do, and the class cost me $1,000. And I was like, I really want to take this class. And my husband was like, what are you paying $1,000 for? And I'm like, I need to take this class, and I'm going to take it, because people need to learn how to be able to manifest and heal themselves and heal others. And and I'm telling you this story because whenever you spend a large amount of money for anything, which you consider a large amount of money is energy. Like none of this ish exists. The device that you're looking at us on don't exist. Nothing exists. These cards don't exist. Nothing exists. We're just having a physical dense experience. And the people that made these items are on the same frequency, period. If I were to put the things that I just mentioned to you under a high power microscope, you would see 99% space. This is a hologram. This is actually a physical dense dream, believe it or not. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's important that you tap into who you came here to be, right? This is your mission. And mind you, people are saying to become conscious or woke or whatever you want to call it is becoming a fad. I don't care, let it become a fad. It's better than being in fear, living in fear and not thinking that we're not enough. They want us to stay that way. They want us to stay dummy down. They want us to stay in fear. And it's up to you to tap in your inner self to really connect and illuminate your inner universe. As I was saying, we live on multi-universes, right? Parallel universes. So on one parallel, we're going to do it as like money. On one parallel universe, you're making $1,000 a month, okay? On another parallel universe, you're making $5,000 a month. On another parallel universe, you're making $50,000 a month. $1 million a month, $1 billion a month. There's different parallel universes you're living on, just like relationships. In a relationship that you currently in, you could be right in the middle where the relationship is really good, right? On one parallel universe you're living on, or if you lower your vibrations, you're doing bad. The relationship is like, you think you're going to get divorced or breaking up in any moment. Mm-hmm. And it's toxic and it's an abusive relationship. Or you're living your best life. That's where we are. We're living on several parallel universes. So it's up to you. It is your mission to raise up to higher parallel universes and live your best life. And we have taken our time to come to try to teach you guys how to tap into that energy so you can live your best life. Stop getting offended by people. Stop getting offended by things that people say to you. Stop looking to be offended. Stop always looking for bad in everything. There's a silver lining in every cloud. And know that you are worthy of anything that comes good to you. I don't care how good it is. You deserve it. You called it into your life.
Yes, 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 yes. And and again, I always come down to awareness. Where do these thought process come from?
Right.
Where do they come from? And I'm always a firm believer, there is only so far that you can get away with saying, well, I grew up the X, Y, and Z way. That's fine. You can grow up however like we have had our experiences, we've had our traumas, and we all deal with them in our separate ways.
Right.
But when we become aware, then we're choosing
to be a victim.
We are choosing. We need to choose for ourselves.
Right.
We need to choose that if we have gone through an experience, any type of experience,
right,
good, bad, I don't like to label things that way, but we need to choose then, is this something that needs help and attention?
Right.
Because then life becomes a choice. And when we remain stagnant, or when we remain in a certain mindset, then it's a choice. Again, sometimes it feels really fucking scary.
That part.
But guess what? Most of the time, have y'all ever seen the meme with the little kid and the boot on the head? And then it's like after spiritual awakening, you see, like, then they show the next picture and the kid has his arm inside the boot, like squishing their own head. These are things, and it doesn't take away, like, I'm not devaluing or like taking away from the experiences that we've had, because as individuals we can go through messed up experiences and those are valid. They happened and we need to honor them in the way that they are. However, how can we help ourselves? How can, and it doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to do it now and by next week. I mean, it's not that it's not possible, right? But allowing yourself to start taking the baby steps to work on yourself, to be okay in alignment with yourself, with the individuality, that your alignment doesn't look like mine or theirs or that person. You are your own individual person. What is your relationship to yourself? With yourself. And again, here we go into the independency, having a tribe, manifesting people that will come into your life to be supportive of you, because you are your own individual. You walk with your spirits, and I'm my own individual and I walk with my spirit. Has there not been times where we've reached out to each other? I'm in this space. Can you help?
We reach out to each other all the time.
Because it happens. It happens, but we are our own individuals. Right? So again, step into this new year believing that you are capable of being, of living, of creating, of feeling, of manifesting anything and everything that you choose to. And when those difficult times come, it doesn't mean that you're alone. You're not. You're
never alone.
You are never alone. You have the spirits that walk with you. And I'm going to refer to them as spirits because that's how I call them. You can call them however you need to call them. You have the spirits that walk with you. You have those guides that are giving you the strength, the information, however it comes through for you. And believe it. And even if you question it, ask for confirmation. Just because you're asking for confirmation doesn't mean that you're saying, hey, spirit, are you being for real? That doesn't mean that. They know and they understand where you're at. They know and they understand that you may be questioning your own abilities. They know you're not questioning them. like this is something that is clearly that way.
Right.
So again, ask the questions, be curious.
Mm-hmm.
If you get too overwhelmed with the overcomplication of the world, of finding labels, of finding a practice, of
Mm-hmm.
finding this, bring it down to the basics. And I've said this
Mm-hmm.
before in other videos, bring it down to the basics, bring it
Right.
down to the elements, bring
Right.
it back, bring it down, bring it back.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the elements is as basic yet as powerful as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
To having an understanding to what walks with you. When you need
Right.
clarity, think about water.
Right.
Think about washing away, cleansing. However, clarity, think
Mm-hmm.
about the windshield wiper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, when you need light, when you need to see what's unseen, when there's something that feels like I'm missing something,
Right.
ask the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the way, light the
Mhm.
way, show me what I'm not being able to see.
Right.
When you feel like you can't go anymore, like
I see
you
my
have,
spirit guides guide me. Yeah.
you have the vision. When you have like
Mhm.
that pressure of like, I can't handle this anymore,
Mm-hmm.
connect to the, take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself to breathe in that fresh
Mhm.
new air to shift
Right.
the energies within you.
Right.
Go outside, weather permitting, go outside.
Mhm.
Allow the wind to shift the energies in you.
Yeah. I
There's
know
so
this.
many things that you can go that way.
Right.
That's why I don't like to do labels, because everybody
Mhm.
calls it different. And
Right.
when people say, well, are you a da 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 da? I don't know. Sometimes
Right.
I see, sometimes I hear, sometimes I feel, sometimes it's
Mhm.
through dreams.
Right.
So,
Mine is through nature.
mhm.
Mine is through nature, or mainly a lot of times mine is through nature, especially since we moved here. Through animals, through fox. When I see fox, or I see birds. Even my pet, even our pet Prince. You know, I see things through him, or my children, or someone will hit me up. I could be thinking about something, and I may have not talked to that person in weeks, and they'll just hit me up with that information.
Yeah.
Okay, so we, you know, when you do parallel shifting to higher parallel universes, I'm not saying the paint on the walls is going to change and you're in a total different atmosphere, but you'll start seeing people saying different things to you, more agreeable with you. You're like, you're more in balance, more in harmony of yourself, more in alignment. And the more you feel that energy, the more you'll attract more of that energy. But if you constantly, somebody calling you at 8 o'clock in the morning, or 7 o'clock in the morning, or 9 o'clock in the morning, talking to you about something negative, then you're going to attract that throughout the day, because you're going to be competitive thinking. That's how you started your day, right? So it's important, you guys, block out what no longer resonates with you. Just like I used to be fearful to share my spirituality with other people for fear of judgment. Now I don't care. And if you're not on the same page as I am, I'm not going to share with you. You're going to miss out. Not me, because I'm going to still be in my divine, feminine, divine universe, honey, living my best mother freaking life. And that's what you chose to come here for. I want to say something real quick, because a couple of people asked questions. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Dion, she said, what if you are a person, what if you are a person who starts stuff, but sometimes has problems following through, and suggestions on how to handle that? So she's speaking on procrastination. And before you answer that, let me say hi to Kiara. Hello, Kiara Queen. Jacqueline says she loves me more. Never, you can't love me more, Jacqueline, but I love you more. Cosmic Star says we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And then Cosmic Star said, LLC also said, I'm here to connect with my soul family and tribe. So thank you, ladies, for this amazing opportunity to connect, and for creating a platform for us to do so. Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. And I would love to possibly have you on my show too. So make sure you email me. There's my email, my website there. My email is on my website. So can you answer the question for Dion, Queen?
Can you read it again, please?
Yes. Well, she's basically talking about procrastination. How do you handle that? What is your suggestions on procrastinating? She basically said, what if you're a person who starts stuff but sometimes has problems following through? Suggestions on how to handle it.
There is so many answers to that. Because there is so much that has to do with that. First of all, I'm gonna go very out there, right?
Go for it.
Describe and I'm putting these questions out there so that people can reflect and review on them. What is your definition of procrastination? Are you defining procrastination, or are you allowing society to define procrastination for you? So that's the first one.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I'm gonna bring Dion on the line. Hold on. Hold on. So she can answer that for you. Hold on, darling. Hold on. Oh, you called me too. I apologize. Yeah. Hold on. So she can answer it better for me. She's my Reiki, she's my Reiki student. Hopefully she'll answer. Dion.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen, how are you?
I'm fine.
So, will you ask your question again to Elizabeth? I have you live on our YouTube chat, on our YouTube video.
I know, I'm watching. I just saw you say you were going. Okay, so my question is, I have a tendency to start things. Hey, Chris, how are you? I hear myself talking.
It's okay. Turn yours off. Turn yours down, your volume down on your phone.
All right. I turn the TV down. I'm sitting in front of the TV.
Okay.
Okay. So I am a person that has a tendency to start a lot of things. Like I'll have an interest in a myriad of things, and I'll start them, and I'll be gung-ho when I start them. And then all of a sudden, I'll get halfway through it, or something will happen, and I just lose my momentum. But I had the intention of finishing it, but something happens, and I kind of, I want to do this. It's like I get, I can't think of what it is.
Distracted.
But it's like shiny, whatever syndrome. It's like, ooh, I see this thing over here. Let me try this. And I've always had a problem just sticking this to one thing. I mean, I'll do my best. And there are times I actually will focus and get through it. But I have a problem with, like right now, I have a myriad of things I want to do, and there's one thing I didn't finish on last year that I need to finish. But it's just having to stick to itness to do it. I mean, I guess it's just learning how to focus and slow that and focus and figure out what I want to do. But just wanted to see what your perspective on it was.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to share perspective. So like I said before, these are questions that I'm going to ask. I don't necessarily expect you to answer them, because I'm asking them out into everyone so that people can learn how to ask questions yourselves in order to change perception and perspective. So when we talk about procrastination, is it you as an individual that is defining what procrastination is for yourself? Or are you allowing society's definition of what procrastination is to define that for you? So that's the first, like, out there, just reflection question. Another thing is, when it comes to starting things and then kind of slowing down, or not having, like the energy or whatever to get through it, where are you? And again, I'm not expecting an answer, but where is your self-worth? Where are you in knowing that you deserve anything and everything that you want? Where are you as an individual? And this is for you, but for the world in general, because we don't often ask these questions, because these things tend to be the uncomfortable questions, right? Where are you when it comes to your self-worth, to knowing and understanding that you deserve anything and everything? And also, what are your thoughts with capability? Do you feel, do you believe that you are capable of these things? And
When I
it seems, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I started, I did. I mean, because I'll think about it, I'll ruminate on it for a minute, then I'll start researching it. I'm like, well, that's something I could do. Seems like something I could do. And then I'll start it. I'll get into it. I'll be doing good for a while. And then something else will come up that I'm more interested in, or something else will caught my eye. And the other thing is starting to get old because anytime it requires me to do a lot of writing, so I'm just like, oh, because that's what I do for a living. I hate doing it. So, and it's like, it just reminds me of work. But if it's something that I can like think my way through, I can be creative with, then I'll ride with it. I'll keep moving on it. But if I have to like do a lot of writing and it's like something that's tiring, is not interesting to me, I'll just automatically just like, I'm done.
Okay. Do you have an understanding of your astrological placements?
What do you mean, my sun and moon rising? That's what you're talking about? Or
yes.
Yeah, I'm a Libra with Aquarius moon.
And what's your rising?
Cancer.
All right. So airy. Air, the air up here. There's again, I go back to the elements, right? Mm-hmm. So you said Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer. Mm-hmm. So you have 2 double signs in air and 1 in water. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to grounded, earthy things, right? Just look into it, reflect on it, educate yourself on astrologically what things may affect this. Because when you were sharing, like, oh yeah, at the beginning, like I'm all into it, and then I get through it, it reminded me of someone very close to me who's a Sagittarius. And for them, learning, it's like all the time. I want to take as much information, as much as I can. Like that's their energy, right? And sometimes it's not even about the worthiness or the deserving. That's just, like I have too much on my plate. So when you were sharing, there's something about understanding your astrological placements and maybe even going beyond those 3 to see how this fits into it.
Okay.
And
love into everything, but
say that again.
I love to learn. It's like I'm like a sponge. I like to pick up. I'm always want to learn something new. So I get what you were saying about Sagittarius, but I guess that's the problem. It's like I have a hard time focusing because I want to learn it all. Of course, I can't get it all. At least not all right now, anyway.
Yeah, but maybe tapping into prioritizing. Yeah. And before making the decision on jumping on something, even though it may look enticing, even though it may look inviting and interesting, really tapping into yourself and saying, does this align with where I want to go? Does this align with my vision for where you want to be, whether it's in a year, 3 years, 5 years, wherever it is? Right. Because it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It may just mean that you may have to focus on project B before you get through project A.
Right. And if I may intervene, Spirit said budgeting your time budgeting. So like I have a book was 2022. So this is my book. And I keep it nearby me. Even when I'm going out, I take it with me. Budget your time. So you may be like from 9 to 10. Like for first, you want to start off by making a list of the things that you want to do.
That you want to finish, yes.
That you want to complete. Make that list of things you want to complete. Then each one, you're going to set aside an hour or 2 hours for each thing that's on that list until it's accomplished. And then, but make sure that you stay on track. So maybe 9 to 10, you'll do number 1 on your list. And then 10 to 11, you'll do number 2 on the list. And so on and so on. Or Mondays, I'm going to do this. Tuesdays, I'm doing this. Wednesday, so make a list of 7 things instead. So each day you have what you do for that one particular thing you want to accomplish. So Mondays may be, say you want to become a life coach, right? Mondays will be your life coach practice and your education and your research, nothing else, just that. And of course you work. So you fit it in for that schedule. And then the other day, maybe doctor's appointments or errands you need to run that one particular day. I have certain days that I do my errands out. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Budget your time like you would budget your checking account or your bank book. Okay, you know what bills need to be paid or what dates need to be paid. Do the same thing with your education. You're investing into yourself. Your time is an investment. So do the research, do the work, but pick certain days and certain hours for things that you want to accomplish and enjoy doing it. Have fun doing it. Okay. Doesn't have to seem like it's as a duty or it's grueling. And the more that you focus on those things, the momentum will start moving where you'll be really living your best life. The money will start coming in, the financial freedom will start coming in, everything that you always wanted because you're doing things that you enjoy doing. And eventually you'll begin to filter away from the job that you don't like doing.
Okay.
Yes, and one more thing as you say that, the ways that I have transitioned into creating visions for myself has been connecting what I want to do with my feelings. Because when you feel it, it's almost like you get that little push, right? So when you create the vision for what it is that you want, right? Creating a vision on like, I don't know, I'm going to go based on like the little bit that we spoke in here. So what you want is learning, being, you know, like being engaged, right? Having experiences, whatever the case may be, being financially sustained. I don't know if you want to put a number to that, however it is, right? And then write the feeling with it right underneath. So if you are, and this is how you start connecting to that future, higher, best version, however you want to express it, of yourself, right? Like if you're there, if you're already getting paid what you need, what you want, if you're already doing exactly what it is that you want, you don't need to know the how. You don't need to know exactly what it is and how you're doing it.
Exactly.
But what it is that you want to do, right? If you're already there, how are you feeling?
Right.
So I'll give you an example. For me, years back, I had no idea because I was getting stuck on the how. How am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this happen? And that's not the point. That's not what's necessary because circumstances at the end of the day don't really matter. Right. So what I did know was I want to be guided by spirit. I want to be cooking. I had a specific amount attached to this because at that time, that mindset had a specific amount. Right. So then underneath, I had, how am I feeling? If I already see myself there, right? I'm feeling ignited. I'm feeling passionate. I'm feeling motivated. You know, like I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling safe. Right. You gotta feel safe first. Grateful. You know, like I'm grateful. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling taken care of. So being able to take away the how and put exactly what it is that you want. And feel honored. And attach the feelings to that. Even if you may not remember what those feelings are, you have experienced it. And even if you can't come up with a moment in a time, search a video, happiness, look at people happy. Oh, maybe that's what it feels like, you know, like courageous. Oh, that's what it feels like, you know, like, and go that way and start getting in tune with that. Right. And that's how you start bringing it back, bringing it in. And within that process, doing the personal work, because we can learn so many different spiritual practices, but if we do not put it into practice for our own personal development and growth, it means nothing. It just means knowledge without practice.
And
without understanding.
And and if I may intervene before I forget, play a mantra, a motivation mantra.
Yes.
Okay.
First thing when you get up in the morning, play it loud, play it on a little speaker. I have a little small speaker that I have in my bathroom that I play in the morning when I'm getting ready in the morning. Play a motivational mantra. So go ahead. I apologize, Elizabeth.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So just doing it, like starting through that. And again, you're going to start becoming aware. What are the things? Where do these thought processes come from?
Right.
What is affecting me as a person, whether it's society, whether it's culture, whether it's tradition, it does, like whatever it may be. And then being able to work through that with an open mind and an open heart.
And stop worrying about what other people think about you.
And again, who's defining procrastination for you?
Yeah. Don't worry about what they think. Do you? Okay. We have another question. Did that answer your question, Queen?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see if I can find a mantra for you, the motivational mantra for you too.
I'll look. Okay. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
It's a lot, you all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Jacqueline has a question too.
Go ahead.
She says, I'm on my spiritual journey, which is new to me. I'm finding out how powerful I am, and I see things moving or have moved swiftly, but it's like I'm anxious about it, and I don't see moving as fast as she would like. What is your advice?
So when she's saying that she sees things moving, just because I need to be like 100% sure, do you mean like actual things in physicality that are moving, or do you mean like you have intention?
Yes, to see them manifesting as fast as she thought they should manifest.
Okay, so I'm gonna invite you to, first of all, revisit and review where you are with your own personal beliefs. What's your personal story?
Okay.
That's the first one. Second of all, when you're trying to manifest something, are you manifesting, like, are you trying to know and understand the how? Do you have any attachments to it, and how may that be impacting? Because then there comes expectations.
Right.
And third, my suggestion would be, again, if you are already there, seeing yourself already there, again, because you're not going to know how you're doing it. But if you are receiving, if you are experiencing, if you are living in that space where you are having and doing everything that you want, go start from there. Okay.
Right. Patience.
Yes. And just because it doesn't move fast, it doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Right. Right.
It doesn't mean that it's not happening. Yes.
It's like planting a seed. Like Cosmic Star said earlier. It's like
watering it. There's a time for it to be under the sun. What happens at night? What happens under the lunar cycles? Like there's so many things. Like I tell my clients, don't start anything during certain retrogrades, because it won't happen. It may not happen, or if it happens, it's going to be stagnation to it. It's going to make you frustrated, and then you're going to just like let it go and kick it to the curb and try to start something new. Yeah. So, and it also depends. I'm also going to invite them to pay attention to like how their spirits work with them. Have we taken the time to talk to your spirits in terms of, maybe rituals that can be done. Maybe we need to be paying attention to the lunar cycles. Maybe we need to pay attention to the seasonal, like seasons. There's so many different things. So again, have that conversation with your spirits, because they're the best ones to go to for guidance.
Yeah. Write a letter to your spirit guides too, Jacqueline. Write a letter to your spirit guides and your ancestors and ask them to direct you and to guide you where you need to go and what is your next mission, what you need to do. But things are happening faster than you think. And I know that's why I don't wear a watch. You don't see a watch? Because I don't want to be strapped to time like that. Even though they say time doesn't really exist because it's something they do to control us. So stop looking at the clock, because unless you have to be somewhere by a certain time. The only time I use the clock, I use it to navigate my appointments. I use it to time certain things that I do so I don't forget. But I know that nothing's going to happen before it's ready to blossom. Just know that it's going to happen. Okay.
Yes. And also have the awareness that we as a society are so used to instant gratification that just because it's not happening at the pace or as fast as you want it to be, it doesn't mean that's not working.
Right. The cosmic stars said, start by manifesting something small, then take the energy from the manifestation and use that momentum to manifest the next big thing. So baby steps. Exactly.
Yes. And if you are working towards something and you feel like there's something that you're not seeing, again, it could be your own personal beliefs. It could be an external influence. It could be anything that may be making you feel that way. I tend to go back to the elements. I light a candle and I'm like, can you please show me what I'm not seeing?
Right.
Can you please show me the unseen? Can you clear the path, right? So that you can start seeing. And sometimes when we see, then we have an understanding. And when we understand it, then we're not putting so much pressure on it. And then that takes us back from having so much control over the situation and surrendering to the process of trusting what walks with us to guide us to manifest exactly what it is that we want. Right.
Me being a manifester, like what works for me is that I talk to my spirit guides a lot. I give homage to my spirit guides. I give homage to my ancestors, and I actually talk to them. I have a conversation with them. Like I have an altar room where I go to, and sometimes my husband be looking for me. He's like, "What you doing?" And he'll come in and he'll see me in the altar room, and I'll be sitting in there in a chair at my altar, chatting it up with my spirit guides and my ancestors, and telling them what I need and giving homage to them. Yes. And telling them how grateful. Gratitude, you mentioned that. Elizabeth mentioned gratitude. Gratitude goes a long way.
Yes.
Make a list of things that you're grateful for every day. You can do that at night, right before you go to sleep. I'm grateful for maybe something you saw, anything positive. I'm grateful that I was able to drive to the store today and get back home safely. I had a great meal, or the conversation you had with a loved one or a friend, or it's anything. Look for every day. Look for something, at least 3 things in every day, something that you're grateful for, because gratitude attracts more things to be grateful for.
Yes.
Gratification.
There is a song, last year I was in a gathering, there was a song that was shared. I don't remember the words, like word by word, but I remember that it was like, I am grateful for the unknown blessings, or something like that. I'm grateful. I am grateful for the unknown blessings that are coming or that are yet to come.
Yes.
So can we be grateful for that that's already there? Like, I'm grateful. I don't know. What do a lot of people manifest? I am grateful that I am living the life that I chose
Live.
to manifest.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
am grateful that my health is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful that I have the housing
Mm-hmm.
that I have. I am grateful that I have the 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, whatever you may want to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful that I have a partner that is supportive and loving and can't get enough of me. And we're, like, I am grateful for that you are manifesting. That
Yeah.
you are attracting.
I do that. I mean, and then there's times like whenever I want to do a ritual and I want to write, I would tell a lot of my clients to write rituals, their intentions, do it as a ritual, and start it off with saying thank you. You're going to do it as a pass, like it's already been accomplished. So you're saying it's already done because it's already done. It's already done. You just need to see it in the physical. It's already happened. Okay. So like things that I'm grateful for, even, some people think in a relationship when a partner does something for them that they don't have to thank them. I thank my husband all the time. Whenever he does things for me, I thank him. Vice versa. Whenever I do things for him, he says thank you because we're a team. I tell him we've been together almost 13 years. I tell him I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I tell the cashier, I appreciate you. When I said that the first time to my husband, he's like, why you say that? You don't even know them. I said, well, I do appreciate them. People need to know that they're appreciated.
Yeah.
It took a lot for them to get out the house and come to work so they can try to take care of themselves. Be grateful for every experience and every connection that you have, whether it's good, bad, or in between, whatever you think it is. Be grateful for the experience. Be grateful that you can see it. Be grateful that you can speak it. Be grateful that you can hear it. Be grateful for your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your hands, your feet. Be grateful for your body. There's people don't have limbs. Be grateful for it that you have running water. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Be grateful for the meal you had.
That's a practice within itself.
Huh?
Gratitude is a practice within itself.
Yes. Just find things to be grateful for.
Yes.
And you'll see things happening faster for you. You'll see them manifesting faster for you.
Yes.
Because as long as you're not distracted by those lower vibrations, it's important to keep your vibrations high, people. That's the number one thing. Always looking for something to happen amazing for you every day. And it will happen because it all comes from within. It all comes from within. Why do you think they put liquor stores on every corner in the hood? Why do you think that they put certain stores in certain places in certain areas to keep us distracted? Why do you think they have those billboards when you're going down the highway to distract your attention? Think about that. I was going down the street, I was going to the store today, and I saw signs for roofing. Your roof is leaking, different things. I mean, these people have a business that they're trying to keep thriving, but there's different sizes. You're being fed 65,000 thoughts or situations every day. And it's so easy to get pulled into one of those 65,000 or 20,000 of them to distract you and keep you from accomplishing what you're supposed to be accomplishing.
Yeah.
Some certain things that used to distract me now don't distract me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who's sleeping with who's doing who, as long as, because they're not paying these bills here. Okay. I'm focusing on here and now, this present moment, because I can't change the past. It's important to focus on the here and the now, so you can move forward, so you'll have more phenomenal blessings in the future. You can't change the past. Let it go. Right? MW, the high priestess also said, yes, thank you. Going with the flow. She said, thank you. I'm going with the flow and has been really healing and helping herself, she said. Love you, Queen. Jacqueline, I hope that was helpful to you. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm trying to read before people time out. We've been on an hour and a half.
I just noticed.
we were sharing so much. Peace to you too, Cosmic Star. So guys, we're gonna sign off. but we want to definitely give you some Reiki healing before we end this, if it's okay with you.
Yes.
Elizabeth, did you want to say anything before we sign off?
If you don't mind, while you are sending Reiki, I would like to drum.
Oh,
would that be okay?
Oh, it'd be amazing. So tap in, guys. I want you to breathe in through your nose. Hold it, like pushing your stomach out. Hold it for 4 seconds and exhale slowly and gently out of your mouth. Breathe in again through your nose. Hold it for 4 seconds. And slowly and gently exhale out of your mouth, pushing the air out of your stomach. One more time, breathe in through your nose. Pushing your stomach out, hold it for 4 seconds. And slowly and gently exhale out of your mouth. Emptying your stomach out. So emptying it. And just relax and go back to your normal state of breathing. I'm sending everyone that is viewing this video Reiki healing love. Reiki healing for your past traumas, for your past dramas, for everything that was not resonating with you. Sending you Reiki healing for the people that you have lost, which you haven't lost, and they just transitioned and you will see them again. Reiki healing for the person that lost that job. But do know that there's a new job right around the corner because that other job wasn't for you. Reiki healing for unconditional love, that you find that phenomenal being that you always wanted to be connected to. May they be everything you need in your life that will resonate with you without you having to discount yourself. Reiki healing love for that new home in a safe environment at a reasonable price that you feel comfortable with, that it'll be all that you always wanted and needed in your life. Reiki healing for your health. Whatever is not aligned, I'm aligning your chakras with this Reiki healing energy, removing all pain, hurt, and sorrow, and replacing with unconditional love and happiness and abundance and positive prosperity. With no harm to none, with no harm to none, with no harm to none. Elizabeth, if you could, we can't quite hear you with the drum, so I'm going to stop talking. It's muted. Let me turn off my volume. Guys, still please stay in a state of mind. It's still not playing. Try it again. Hang in there, people. Get this Reiki healing energy with the drum. Just think of all the things that you want to accomplish. Seeing yourself, opening up your mobile app and seeing that there's more money in your account that you thought you had, a lot more money. Open up your emails and seeing an approval for something you've been waiting for the longest. That phone call you've been waiting to hear from that special someone. Still can't hear Elizabeth.
It's okay. Even if y'all can hear it, y'all can receive the energy from the drum.
Okay, we can hear now. Even though you can't hear the drum, you will feel the vibrations. Unconditional love, unlimited cash flowing to you every day. People treating you with total respect and unconditional love. Aligning you with the proper people in your life, with the proper tribe, the proper situation that resonates with you, with no harm to none, with no harm to none, with no harm to none. Elizabeth, I'm going to mute and see if the drum will come through.
all receive the blessings that were sent out. May you all take the time to breathe in, to connect with yourselves, to connect with all that walks with you, to learn how to work with all that walks with you, and to embrace your true inner essence. To find the ways to do that in a safe and sacred way, to honor all that walks with you, within you, and around you, and to each day have the courage to take one step forward, trusting the process of your higher being.
I'm sending them some Reiki energy with the Om sign. Raising your vibrations to where you want it to be, releasing all lower vibrations, transforming all the lower vibrational people around you into positive energy. May everyone that come in your presence immediately release lower vibrations from your presence and raise their vibrations to higher positive vibrations along with you, surrounding you with love, happiness, joy, abundance, infinitely, infinitely. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcomed. You're welcomed.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining in, for being patient with us. Share this video, like this video so it goes out into the YouTube universe so we can build a larger tribe to help more people. Remember, sharing is caring. Okay. If you haven't already subscribed to the video, tap down below right there to the left and subscribe. Okay. You guys are in treat. This year is going to be off the Richter scale with us. Elizabeth and I both are going to be sharing so many things with you. I got a special announcement coming up next month that I want to share with you guys, will be very beneficial to you. So it'll allow you to be able to connect with us more instead of just on YouTube. Someone said something, hold on. Cosmic Star said, preach queen. Yeah, tapping in now. Elizabeth said, thank you, beautiful queens. You're welcome. I love you, queen. LGMW said, Ashe. And Cosmic Star also says, so Motor B, thank you, ladies. You are both phenomenal beings, and your wisdom and guidance is greatly appreciated. Namaste, Ashe. Namaste, Ashe to you too, Cosmic Star. Elizabeth, you want to say anything before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you all for showing up. Continue to show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Show up for yourself, manifest for yourself, embrace yourself. Love yourself and hold yourself through the process in whatever way that looks for you.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Queen
you.
Dawn Spirit here. Peace out. I love you guys so much. Namaste, Ashe. Have a phenomenal day. Make this the best. Remember, it's your job to make it a heavenly experience every day. Namaste, Ashe.